What's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video, as the title already said, I'm going to be showing you with real-time journal data that will be showing you that mostly it isn't the strategy that is a problem, or because most traders always blame their strategy, so they keep hopping from one strategy to another. But with this data, you're going to see it with live results that this isn't a strategy problem. It might be psychology or risk management. So if you're new on this channel, it's been a while since I posted a video like a month or so ago. Being consistent on YouTube isn't easy, so we are back, and I think this time we are not going to break again. We are just going, whether there are views, there are no views, there are whatever, we just have to be consistent. It's the same way. If you can be consistent on YouTube, if you're supposed to post twice a week, once a week, follow it the same way that you can be consistent on consistency in everything is just the same. Being consistent on YouTube, consistent on whatever you do, also be consistent on your chat. So I don't want to waste much of your time. Let's get into the chat. Let me show you what I'm talking about. And if you're new on this channel, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel. My name is Steve Sympathy, a forex trader based here in Ghana. Try to document my life way up to profitability. And I also have another series coming. This isn't a series, this is just a way of me documenting my way from where I am right now to success. So I don't want to talk much about it on this video because each day I'm going to be recording my daily life from day one to whenever I'll be financially free. I don't know how I'm going to store this data, but it just came into my mind and I just feel like I should make, because I know that I'll become successful, and I know that the time that I'll become successful, I'm going to make that particular video a way of a movie that others will see, because each and every day I'll be recording based on me trading, whether I'll be getting a profit, I'll be passing, I'll be making a draw, I'll be doing whatever with my life, I'll be going to school, like whatever I'll be doing day after day, I'm going to record everything till I become successful. So imagine the number of episodes, but I'm not going to be posting them now because I'm going to post them after I become successful. And I know that I'm going to become successful. And with the grace of God, I'm going to become successful in life. So, and that time is when I'm going to make it in a form of video for others to watch and see that yes, I came from nothing to something. My background is good. Go back to videos of 2 years ago, because I've been trading for like 2.5 years now. So go back to videos of 1.5 years ago. This is the same place I used to sit. This is the same place. Go and check the background. Come and check. So I already waste like almost 3 minutes. So let's go into the chat. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Subscribe. So guys, this is my journal right here. I use Notion journal my trade. So I'm going to be showing you exactly why I said mostly strategy isn't the problem. This is real-time journal data that is going to show you a lot of losses, but in those same losses, you're going to find out that these losses were caused by myself. Like, it wasn't the strategy problem, it was my own self. So I don't want to waste my time. Let's get into my channel. Let me show you what I'm talking about. These are going to be real facts that shows that the strategy is working. Those losses of my own cause, different reasons. So let's go to my journal 2026. Yeah, this one. I journal everything. I don't know why the network is slow, but I'm going to do this video. I just want to take my time and show you why I took those 8 losses in a row. Okay, so let's start here. All this from this black all are losses. So I'm just going to take you from where this 8 losses started. So as you can see, these green ones are wins. But before we start with the losses, I'm going to show you the wins. These wins were well planned, well executed, and well managed. Like if you see this setups here, you are going to know that these were good setups. But if you see all this no, all these were setups that I was not supposed to take, but I still took them, and they all turned into what losses. If you look at those wins, out of 4 trades in a row, I took 3 wins out of 4 trades. That's very good, but I now ended up thinking I'm profitable, and I started trading anyhow, and I just started losing, not following my plan again. So let's start with the win. This was on UJ. I document my emotions before and after. I risk $100 to make $300 and above. I don't go for more than $300 when I'm in drawdown. Only when I'm out of drawdown, that if I see the market structured and it's good, then I decide to hold for more. So on the street, this is my emotions before. Before taking the trade, I was a bit skeptical of where to put my stop loss. That's this particular trade. I was a bit skeptical of where to put my stop loss. But all in all, I finally made it out and took the trade. That was my emotion, how I was feeling before taking the trade. Without knowing where to put the stop loss. Because I'll show you the picture of when I entered, and you're going to know that there was a reason for me to doubt of where to put the stop loss. And after the trade hit my TP, I was okay. I just felt like I did the right thing. Though I could not take the second trade. There was a second trade I didn't take, like the add-on trade, but I didn't take that one. The higher time frame direction was uptrend. The trade hour was based on the 4 hour, not the 1 hour. I trade mainly based on the 4 hour and the 1 hour. So this is a before. Like, this was a very good setup. You can see, I don't know how my voice is sound, but I actually got a mic and I'll be getting it soon. So congratulations to me. That congratulations in the comment section. So this was it. This was the trade before this was when I entered. As you can see, look at this trade. It was perfect. Analysis was on point. Like, this was a very good trade. Let's go to the lowering. This was when the trade was in profit. I don't know why my network is slow, but this was when it was in profit. And this was the add-on trade I didn't take, which also played out very well. The network is slow. This was the add-on trade, but I didn't take it. But all in all, these were perfect trades. Let's move on to the next trade before time is. I don't want to waste my time because there are still a lot to cover. Let's leave these wins. Let's go to the losses because I don't want to waste much of your time. It's already 4 minutes in. My network is slow, but let me find a place and put my phone so that we try and see how. So this was the gold trade I took, which I said no meaning. It was not my setup, but I still took it. So let's see why I took the trade. I lost $98. That's like $100. Before taking the trade, I felt this was one of the best trade. My emotions was on control, meaning I didn't feel any bad of taking the trade. All I was seeing was like this was a good setup. But after the trade hit my SL, I realized I should have waited to take the trade based off 2 hours. Where's the screenshot? Screenshot is loaded. So this is what, and below here I have my lessons and improvement. My lesson on this trade is that I should have waited for the trade to break down on the 1 hour, so as for me to look for entries on the lower time frame. So I basically understand what I'm trying to say here. I was supposed to wait. Actually, the 4 hour gave me an indication and we were on the correction. So on the 1 hour, we were in the correction of lower lows, lower highs. So I waited for price to shift back to higher highs and higher lows before I start looking for my entry. But price did not shift before I entered the trade. That's why I said I was not supposed to take this trade. That's not how I trade. That's not how I trade. That's why I said no on this trade. Let's move to the next good loss. Some of these trades actually played out, and because I entered way too early, I got stopped out. So let's move this trade. Before taking the trade, I really guessed a lot. I believe it was the fact that the trade was a bad one, which I was just forced into trade. Meaning this day I was forced into trade, and I was guessing myself a lot, so I could have just walked away. Though my bias on this trade was very good, it was based on the 1 hour. My bias was very good. The trade stopped me out and still went in my direction. My lesson on this trade is the fact that I was forcing this trade. It was not ripe as a setup, but I rushed in. And again today, I was so focused on the chart than any other day. Meaning I was like, that day I was not on myself. I was so focused looking for setups which weren't there. So eventually I entered way early on this good setup to stop me out and went in my direction. So this is basically my fault. If I had waited, I would have taken the right entry, and this would have been a win, not a loss, because the trade actually played out, but I entered way too early. And again, my market structure, I didn't mark it well. I'm not going to this particular trade. I can remember very well. I didn't mark it based on the 4 hour. That's the reason. And I was marking it. I saw where I was supposed to mark it, but I didn't want it to mark it there. I don't know why. Because I was forcing to look for setup. If I had marked it there, it wouldn't have made the setup valid. So I just marked it a place where I'll feel comfortable and say, okay, this setup is valid. And I took the trade. So this is why I lost this trade because of my own self. If I marked it where I was supposed to mark, this trade wouldn't have been right there. I would have waited for it to now come back to my level, then I take it back. I marked it in a way that I feel safe, that it's valid, and take it, and I lost. So this particular trade, it was a B setup. It wasn't an A plus emotions. Before taking the trade, I hesitated a bit, but took the trade eventually. After the trade hit my SR, I realized it was a good trade, which should have been a win, but due to me taking the trade and not paying attention to my SL position, I entered based on inverse head and shoulder. So meaning this particular trade, this was the analysis. I was looking for price to break, retest, look for buys, and that's exactly what price did. It played out. I entered way too early. It stopped me out and went in my direction. This was my target and where my entry point. I entered somewhere around here. My stop loss below here. I was stopped out by this week, and you can see this was like an inverse head and shoulder, left shoulder, head, and the right shoulder. So at the time this right shoulder has not yet formed, this right shoulder has not yet formed, ended somewhere here. Then I should have kept my stop loss below the head, kept away here, got stopped out, and price went in my direction. This is my fault. So this particular 2 trades, all that I lost them, were all my fault. This would have been winners if I was patient and if I kept my stop loss very well. This would have been winners. This is not a strategy problem. Let's move on to the next trade. This trade was a no trade, meaning I was not even supposed to take this trade. Before taking the trade, I was okay. I just felt I was doing what I was supposed to do. As usual, you just feel like you just see your setup and you're taking. But this particular trade, I did a very big mistake. So the mistake was this was like I fooled. I revenge traded because I missed my initial trade, which played out very well. Then I just jumped into this trade. There was no my type of entry, nothing. I just jumped in, and I lost this trade. After the trade hit my SL, I realized that the entry was not perfect as to what I always need to see before I enter. So this was the trade, and this trade decided that played out was my initial trade I was supposed to take, but all of a sudden I don't know whether my phone went off. I was at the website at that time. I was just monitoring the trade. Well, I saw it like forming, so I had it in my head that there was a trade I was trying to form. So I was checking it when I was about to give my entry. If not, my phone went off. I just forgot, and when I realized that there was a trade form, when I came, this trade was already around my TP. So I just waited for price to drop, and I just entered again without any reason, and I lost this trade. So why? Because of this trade that I lost, which I missed, I didn't take. I had to revenge back. Revenge means I lost and I was revenging for my profit back. I wasn't happy that I lost the trade, so I just said, okay, let me enter. Price has pulled back, let me enter. It could still be a win. So that's why I lost the trade. I wasn't supposed to take this trade. This initial one was what I was supposed to take. So the same, it was my own problem. No entry, I still entered. Let's move on to the next trade. As you can see, all what I'm saying, these are setups that played out. Some played out, some I wasn't supposed to take them. I took them. Some I entered way too early and got stopped out. So let's move on to the next trade, which was a sell on New York session on which pair UJ. I trade UJ and gold. So before taking the trade, I thought I was doing the right thing. Yes, mostly if you are doing the bad thing, that's what you normally think at the beginning. You just feel like, yeah, you are doing the right thing until you get stopped out and you realize that you fucked up. So after the trade hit me out, I realized I did not do anything at all. I just did not follow anything. Meaning I did not even follow my plan. Oh shit. I don't have screenshot of it here, but this is telling me that I did not even follow my plan. I just took it way out of coverage area. So eventually, it's whose fault?
It's my fault. I didn't follow my rules. My lesson on this trade is that I should never sit, meaning the market, I should always sit right in front of my chart. Meaning maybe I was so tired, exhausted, because I can remember I was just lying down, picked my phone, did analysis, and just took this trade. I always do the analysis from daily 4 hour, 1 hour, or sometimes 4 hour, 1 hour. How can I just do it with my phone? I'm not used to that. So yesterday took the trade. When it stopped me, I went to the chart and I realized that my markings on the phone was very wrong. My key levels was very wrong. So I did wrong analysis and took the trade wrongly. So this was a lesson that anytime I'm going to trade, get up, get prepared, get onto my chart. I do my analysis. If I get set off fine. If I don't get, I set alert. And I leave and I go to record my videos or edit my video and post. It's the same kind of growth. You don't see it, but all at once might happen one day. So let's move on to the next trade. So this was a buy London session big trade. Cassandra, before taking the trade, I was like normally good. After the trade, I realized that I did not follow what I was doing. Rather, I did the opposite of my bias was wrong. So meaning my bias on this trade was wrong. My lesson on this trade was this. My bias on this trade was wrong. Meaning I did wrong analysis on this trade. Maybe I didn't follow my analysis time frame and I jumped into the 1 hour 15 minutes and I lost the setup. My bias was wrong. That's why trade 2 was wrong. The next good. So I want to rush and finish this one. After the trade, I realized it was not even a setup. My lesson on this trade was I chased this trade, meaning it was not even a setup, but I forced into go and see it. Let the setup scan, do not chase. So meaning I chased the setup, it wasn't right. All these are basically my fault. All these are basically my own fault. There was another trade that stopped me out and went in my direction. I don't know whether it's this one. Seeing this good trade, there was another good trade that stopped me out and went in my direction. So basically, all what I'm trying to say is it's not all the time that it's your fault. Most of the time, it isn't the strategy fault. Based on all these 8 losses, 4 or 5 of them were supposed to be winners if I had followed my plan. Even if 3 were losses or 4 were losses, 4 were supposed to be winners, and that would have been like 1 to 3 times 4, that's about 12 hours. Very, very huge. Yet I lost all these trades not because my strategy was bad, but because my mindset, the structure within my own self was not good. Sleeping whilst taking trade, lying down doing analysis, everything was bad. So subscribe to the channel if you like content like this.